women who lost out feel that they need to be compensated after years of campaigning. So do you still believe, in principle, that WASPI women should be compensated?
Well, I believe in principle those women deserve respect. That's the most important thing.
That's not my question.
And I think, Laura, if I was to sit in your studio and I was to say, plucking out of the air, this is exactly how, for example, compensation should work or other elements of the response to the WASPI women, I don't think they would believe me, frankly, and nor should they. We need to have a well-worked-through response to this. That report is really detailed. I read it yesterday, 100 pages. Now, the one thing that is crystal clear coming out of it is actually around the need to make sure that there are those lessons learned, and we're determined to ensure that we would have an ironclad guarantee that people got the information they needed in a timely way, information that was tailored for those impacted by pension changes. Obviously, that's not what happened with those WASPI women. That's very clear. The elements of the report that cover, for example, compensation are also clear that it's very, very complex and difficult. That's why government needs to look at it. They need to get their civil servants to look at it, and then Labour will examine that.
Well, I've read the report as well, and it actually says quite clearly, here are the different ways of compensation. It might cost between £3.5 and £10.5 billion. And I think people listening this morning might think, well, hang on, in 2019, Labour was very happy to say this is exactly how much we would give them. You said you would give them £58.5 billion at that point. Now you're saying, well, we need to look in detail at the report. That is a change of position. And some of our viewers might think, actually, is this going to be another thing that Keir Starmer's Labour Party is going to ditch? Like he ditched the promise of free tuition fees, like he ditched the idea of getting rid of the cap on families, the two-child benefit cap, or, you know, ditching the nationalisations that you promised in 2019. Is this another thing that's going to be junked?
I think actually viewers expect an opposition party on an issue of this significance to look at it really carefully.
So you didn't
not to
in
be
2019?
Just sitting in